Hey there, pirates. Welcome aboard the Anime No Me channel. Finally, we're going to talk about Yamato, her return to the anime, and how she's going to join the Straw Hats, which is incredible. If you want Yamato in the crew, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I hope for your support to help our crew win, and to do so, you just need to click the thumbs up button, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel. By doing this, you will win an incredible devil fruit, so just comment which fruit you want. Guys, stop crying in a corner because Yamato stayed in Wano. The girl who introduced herself as Odin, who carried the man's journal like a Bible, who bathed with the men, who beat her own father until he turned into mush, who shouted, "I'm going to sail with you," in front of everyone. That Yamato is not going to spend the rest of her life planting potatoes in udon. She will set foot on Laugh-Tale with a straw hat on her head, exactly like Odin did with Roger. And the entire manga has already handed us the roadmap for that to happen. First, her dream was never protecting Wano. It was sailing the world and seeing what Odin saw. She said it clearly in chapter 1052 when Luffy was already leaving. "I am Odin. I want to go with you." The plan to stay was temporary, just to make sure the country didn't burn to ash without someone strong holding things together. But that deadline has an expiration date. Wano is open, Momonosuke is an adult, Hiyori is on the throne, the samurai are back, the beast pirates are done. The emergency mission is over. What's left now is only the real dream. Second, Odin's journal. Yamato read that thing 1,000 times. She knows every word by heart. She knows Odin only became a true legend when he reached Laugh-Tale, when he saw the treasure, when he understood what made Roger laugh. She won't rest until she lives that too. And Luffy, who promised to take anyone who wanted to see the One Piece, isn't the type to break a promise. He looked at her and said, "All right, you can come later." And later has arrived. Third, the parallel is way too obvious to be a coincidence. Odin joined Roger's crew mid-journey after Wano, after fulfilling his duty to the country. He boarded the ship already an adult, already a legend, and became a key member until the end. Yamato is at the exact same point in the story. She just fulfilled her duty to Wano, she just became a legend, she took down an admiral, held off Greenville by herself, and the Thousand Sunny has not yet reached the final island. Oda loves repeating structures with twists. Yamato is the Straw Hat version of what Odin was to Roger. Fourth, she's already a Nakama at heart. She ate with the crew, cried with the crew, fought with the crew, bathed with the crew, carried an injured Luffy on her back, and earned Luffy's cheers on the rooftop of Onigashima. The stamp is already sealed. All that's missing is her body returning to the ship. And it will return, because Luffy doesn't leave friends behind, especially a friend he promised to take to the end of the world. Fifth, the entire Grand Fleet is waiting for her. In Wano, she became an idol of the samurai, of the giants, of Momonosuke himself. When the Sunny needs heavy reinforcement, and it will, because whatever comes after Elbaf is total war, someone will have to go fetch the woman who can hold off an admiral with one hand while eating onigiri with the other. And that someone is probably going to be Kinemon or Kawamatsu, crying while delivering the message, "The country is safe. Now go live your dream." Sixth, even Luffy misses her. He asked about her on the ship, scratched his head and said, "Where's Yamato again?" It's not forgetfulness, it's trust. He knows she's coming, knows her place is on the Sunny, right beside him, looking at the same horizon Odin saw. And when she appears on the Buo, with her horn shining, her white coat flying, and her kanabo on her back, Luffy will just smile the biggest smile in the world and say, "Took you long enough, Odin," because to him, she's been part of the crew ever since the day she shouted the hero's name in front of Kaido. Yamato didn't stay in Wano because she wanted to. She stayed because Luffy asked, because Momonosuke begged with tears in his eyes. Because the country had just come out of 20 years of dictatorship, Kaido was dead. But the remnants of the beast pirates were still around, Greenville had just shown up to test the strength of the new shogun, and someone with Yonko-level power needed to stand guard until things settled. She herself said clearly that it was temporary. Her dream was always to sail, not to rule. And the manga already showed that this temporary has an end date. Wano, in real time, is now at peace. Momo is already an adult physically, already has his retainers back, already faced an admiral and survived, already opened the borders, already sent ships out into the world. A bodyguard on Yamato's level is no longer necessary. The country won't collapse if she leaves for a few months. Odin left for years and Wano survived. Yamato deserves the same right? Luffy never withdrew the invitation. He looked at her on the rooftop of Onigashima, saw her shout, "I am Kozuki Odin," and answered, "All right." Later, at the farewell, he repeated, "When you're done there, come with us." It wasn't goodbye, it was see you soon. Luffy doesn't forget promises, especially ones that involve taking someone to the One Piece. He brought Jinbe after 2 years of waiting. He'll bring Yamato after a few chapters. The parallel with Odin is too blatant to ignore. Odin joined Roger's crew after solving Wano's problems, boarded the Oro Jackson already grown and already famous, and was essential all the way to Laugh Tale. Yamato is in the same narrative position. She just handled the biggest problem Wano ever had. Kaido already made a name for herself, took down an admiral alone, and the Thousand Sunny has not reached the final island yet. Oda repeats patterns all the time. Law and Punk Hazard, Bej and Whole Cake, Jinbe and Wano. Someone important always joins mid-saga or near the end. Yamato is next in line. She's already treated like a nakama by the entire crew. Luffy calls her Yamato without any San. Zoro respects her strength. Sanji was heartbroken during the farewell. Nami cried. Chopper wanted her to come along on the spot. Even Frankie has already drawn an extra room on the Sunny for when she comes aboard. The emotional seal is stamped. Only the physical seal is missing. The most natural path is simple and already laid out. As soon as the Sunny leaves Elbaf or enters the final route, a ship from Wano will appear on the horizon. No dramatic letter needed, no battle needed, just Momo or Kinemon standing at the bow, waving, saying that the country is at peace and that Yamato is free to pursue the dream she waited her entire life to fulfill. She'll jump from their ship straight onto the Sunny's deck, Kanabo on her back, Odin's journal in her hand, smile wider than the sea, and Luffy will just laugh and say the line everyone already knows is coming, "Welcome to the crew, Yamato," because to him, she never left. She was just finishing what Odin started. And when the Sunny finally anchors at Laugh Tale, Yamato will be there, standing at the bow, looking at the same horizon Odin once saw, shedding the same tears he shed, but this time beside the new Pirate King who believed in her from the very first day. Because the manga has already written this, we're just waiting to watch it happen. When the Thousand Sunny crosses the last impossible current, when the log post points to nowhere and the sea becomes far too quiet, Yamato will be on the bow. It won't be, maybe she's there, or maybe she shows up. She will be there, because everything Oda has written since Act 1 of Wano has been leading to this. Odin's journal will be in her hand, open to the last page he wrote. The page that ends with the sentence, "We arrived at Laugh Tale and the world laughed." She'll read it out loud to the entire crew, her voice trembling, because now she's the one living the continuation of that sentence. Luffy will be beside her, hat tilted back, calm smile on his face, because he already knows what comes next. Robin will be behind her, eyes shining because she waited her entire life to hear someone read the rest of that story out loud. And then the island will appear. It won't be any ordinary island. It will be exactly what Roger described. A place that shouldn't exist, that defies all logic, that bends the sea, that makes the sky feel lower. And at its center will be what remains of the treasure, or the truth, or both. Yamato will take the first step onto land right after Luffy, because she deserves it. Because she carried Odin's name for more than 20 years locked in a cave. Because she was beaten by Kaido since childhood for wanting to be free. Because she waited for the right moment just like Odin did. She will walk to the spot where Roger stood and laughed. She will kneel where Odin adjusted his hat and cried. And then she will open the journal to the blank page she saved and write with her own hand the sentence Odin never got to write. I, Kazuki Odin, no, I, Yamato, daughter of Kaido, bearer of Odin's name, have arrived here alongside the new Joy Boy, and the world laughed again. Luffy will read over her shoulder, laughing softly, and say, "Cool, right? I told you you'd come." And then comes the part no one is expecting. The treasure, or the truth, or whatever is there, will react to her presence. Because Oda has already shown that certain things in the world of One Piece recognize blood, recognize willpower, recognize a name carried with conviction. In the same way Zunisha recognized Momo. In the same way the ancient weapons respond to the D. Something on Laugh Tale will react to the fact that the name Kazuki Odin has returned to the final island, now carried by someone who fought an entire lifetime to earn the right to carry it. Maybe an inscription on a stone will light up. Maybe an ancient voice will echo. Maybe Roger himself left a recorded message that only activates when someone from Wano, someone who read the entire journal, someone who lived as Odin did, arrives there. That was today's content. We hope you liked it and want to share your opinion on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay amazing.